Hello everyone, I am Praveen Krishna from the Sport Formula and we are here with another episode of DRS and Engineers Review. In this episode, Indian squad which has been selected for its tour to Australia for the ODI and T20. We are going to talk about it, the selection issues, like what we are happy with, what we are disappointed with. We had a probable 32. We will also gonna match which our predictions and all. So first of all, we would like to share the selected squad with you. First, the T20 squad. Uh, Virat Kohli, captain, that's usual. We have Shikhar Dhawan, Mayank Agarwal, KL Rahul as vice captain. Here, Rohit Sharma is dropped, so KL Rahul is the vice captain. Shreyas Iyer, Manish Pandey, Hardik Pandya, Sanju Samson, Ravindra Jadeja, Washington Sundar, Chahal, Bumrah, Siraj. I'm sorry, it's Shami, Saini, Deepak Chahar, and Varun Chakravarti. So this is the T20 squad which has been selected for Australian tour, and now we are gonna share you the ODI squad. So Virat Kohli is the captain, Shikhar Dhawan, Shubham Gill, KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer, Manish Pandey, Hardik Pandya, Mayank Agarwal, Ravindra Jadeja, Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, Shami, Navdeep Saini, and Shardul Thakur. So this is the ODI squad for the Australian team. So the one striking question after seeing the squad is Surya Kumar Yadav को chance क्यों नहीं दिया जा रहा? Like after all these years, after showing his consistency even in this IPL, Surya Kumar Yadav is squad में नहीं है. It's kind of shocking to me. Vikyat, any points on that?
I don't think there is any plausible explanation on why Surya Kumar Yadav is not selected because it's astonishing that you don't select a player who has been performing not only in the IPL but also in the side Mushtaq Ali and first
Exactly.
class everywhere. He has been performing consistently for the last 3-4 years. In fact, I'll read you some stats to
Sure.
show a player who is not selected, the stats of it, that is Surya Kumar Yadav, compared to the players who are selected and who are in the team right now. So Manish Pandey, okay, is I'll not dwell on all the seasons that he has played, but his 2018 strike rate in IPL was 115, 1-5. His
Okay.
2019 strike rate was 130, which is good. His 2020 strike rate was 126, and he was also averaging in the mid, 25, then 43, then 35. Average was good, but he was striking at a very low strike rate. Then if you
Yeah.
go to Sanju Samson, Sanju Samson's IPL record, his strike rate has been good. He has been striking at 137 in 2018, 115 19, and 158 in 2020. But his performances has been, they have been very sporadic. In
Yeah.
one match he'll score, then there'll be a dry spell, and then the other match he'll score.
Yeah.
But Surya Kumar Yadav, just look at the runs he has scored in 2018. 512, then 424 in 2019, and now currently 362. And all his strike rates have been around 130, except this year, which is around 151.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he's not selected. He can be a perfect number three batsman, but we have Virat Kohli. But he can also bat at number four and five, which he has previously done for the Kolkata Knight Riders. So it's shocking
Exactly.
that he's not selected.
And that's the position where India is struggling to find a permanent player, the four and number five. So,
Exactly.
so yeah, Surya Kumar's stats shows that he should be in the team. Bhavik, do you want to add any points to this?
Yes, in addition to Surya Kumar's batting, we should not forget that he's a gun fielder. If you look at
Yeah,
it, he takes creamers. He's absolutely good fielder. When you talk about fielding, Virat Kohli is a good fielder. You have KL Rahul as good fielder. You have Ravindra Jadeja in the squad, and then you have Surya Kumar Yadav who can save some runs for you during the power plays. So
Right, Parth.
and absolutely, he's consistent. Uh, if you see, Manish Pandey से ज़्यादा consistent तो सूर्य कुमार यादव है. मतलब
हाँ.
Manish Pandey has been in the team, but he has not been used as like what his proper role is at number 3 or number 4. He usually bats in top order, but India
हाँ.
is using him at number 5, number 6, maybe at number 7 if a situation arises. So अगर सूर्य कुमार को देखे तो he can bat at everywhere. He was playing as a floater for Kolkata Knight Riders. So he is flexible with any batting position that you give. It's brainless not to select him.
Also, when you
Yeah,
bat
yeah,
at
yes.
number 5, when you bat at number 5 and number 6, that's the time you need to, score at a higher run rate because you're nearing the death over, most probably.
Yeah.
So, and Surya Kumar Yadav has shots all around,
Yes.
on the leg side, on the off side, he can play anywhere. I think Harbhajan Singh called him Mr. India 360,
Yeah.
and you saw that innings against RCB, how he played. He literally swatted Dale Steyn at 140 clicks. He swatted him for a six. So imagine the guy's talent and the shots he has.
And
Those
also,
were some clean, clinical shots, like.
and
Yes,
also
Bhavik.
when number 3 or number 4 comes to bat, their main role is to stabilize the innings in the middle overs, to play the spinners, to play out the spinners well, and also score runs at a good scoring rate. Surya Kumar Yadav can do everything. He can build you innings. He can finish well. He can also give you some
Yeah.
good starts if the team loses early wickets. When
Yeah.
India toured New Zealand last year, the same squad for India A was also playing New Zealand A, and Surya
Yeah.
Kumar batted at number 3 for India A in the whole tournament, in the whole series. And there also we saw Surya Kumar Yadav. He built innings. He scored more runs. He also finished in one game, and he also scored a
Yeah.
century in that series. So I don't think so. So I don't like. I'm just brainless. It's just brainless not to select him.
Include him. Yeah.
And also, he's not an amateur. He doesn't have 10, 15 years of cricket ahead of him. He's 30 years old. Match to match, he can play for more than 6, 7 years. And he's in his purple patch right now. So if you don't select him now, I don't understand when are you going to select him.
Absolutely.
Exactly. जैसे विख्यात ने प्लेयर्स के स्टैट्स शेयर किए थे, संजू सैमसन का नाम आया था. So his performance was not is inconsistent. That also raises a question mark to his selection in the team. Maybe they are looking for a wicket keeper. That may be a reason why he has been considered. Other than that, I don't find a reason. So you have to add a point to that, Vikhya.
Yeah, see, last time when Sanju Samson was playing a T20 international for India, he purely played as a batsman because KL Rahul was doing the wicket keeping job.
Yeah.
And Rohit had made him open in the fourth T20. When he was the captain, Rohit came at 3 and he made Sanju Samson opening.
Yeah.
So if we see the Australian T20s, it's most probably Shikhar Dhawan is back in form, so Shikhar Dhawan can open.
Yeah.
And Sanju Samson is also selected as a wicket keeper. But if he's purely selected as a batsman, then he has been given chances, although less, but he has been given chances, and his performance. He has a good strike rate. He has a very, very good strike rate. But then you can't expect him to perform in he performs in one match, then he doesn't perform in the rest 6.
Yeah.
So he has to be more consistent.
That
like
one
our top
innings can't
innings.
justify the
Exactly.
poor performance that he's been showing. Exactly. Bhavik?
So yeah, uh, it looks like Rohit Sharma will be back because what they have done is they have named Mayank Agarwal in the squad, who is suffering the same injury which Rohit Sharma is suffering. So if he's
Exactly.
in the 11, then why isn't Rohit in the 11? And also BCCI sources, one of the sources mentioned that Rohit, if will be back and play for Mumbai Indians in the playoffs and against the last league match Sunrisers Hyderabad. That will be his fitness test, and
Yeah.
looks like he he will be good to go. And if he's back in the squad, then what will you do with the vice captaincy? Because you have already announced KL Rahul as your vice captain. So why to create that confusion? I don't just get it. You could have done like KL Rahul to be the vice captain of the team only if Rohit Sharma is fit or he's unfit. So
Yeah.
you must have waited for that decision. But you have just created confusion and named KL Rahul as your vice captain.
I think
And
they are
also,
trying to create a controversy or some kind of, confusion between the fans.
I mean,
And
this is a big. This is
yeah,
yeah. I think this is a big communication gap between the BCC and Rohit Sharma, because if he's going to be ready for the playoff, then I don't know why. Then obviously it doesn't mean that the injury is very serious.
yeah,
If he's going to play the playoff, then that doesn't mean the injury is very serious. So he should have been mentioned in the team like how Mayank Agarwal has been mentioned.
and
exactly.
So
also
I
in the
don't,
selection
yeah,
committee.
one point. And also, when you give the vice captaincy to KL Rahul, and suppose Rohit Sharma comes back, you can't give the vice captaincy again
Yes.
to Rohit Sharma. Rohit has to play under KL. They both won't mind it, but there is a way to treat your senior players. You have
Yeah,
done it in the past with Yuvraj. You have done it with Rahane when you dropped him in test matches. You have done it with Ashwin. So I don't think this team management knows. I'm not saying that they do it intentionally, but I don't think they know how to treat their senior players. He's not a youngster. He's an established international cricketer for a long time. You can't
exactly.
treat your senior players with that, like that.
And also in the BCCI selection committee panel, you have Nitin Patel. He has been with Mumbai Indians for 11, I think 12 years as in their medical team. And he has
Okay.
direct access to Rohit Sharma. If he wants, he can ask Rohit Sharma directly that what is his condition, how is he
Yeah,
doing. So if you have that person in your selection committee, then why don't you just take a decision based on him? Because he has direct access to Rohit Sharma. So that is another point. I just don't get it why Rohit Sharma was not in the team.
uh, even one question arises. Even if Rohit Sharma is back in the squad, they might have to exclude a player from the current selection. So who do you think they might not?
I,
No,
I don't think they'll
no, no.
exclude a player because since these are COVID times, so
Okay.
if you take more players, it's better. Normally, you should take less players when you're going on a tour because you
Okay.
don't want to crowd everything up. But we are living
Yeah.
in a situation where anything can happen, and you're
Exactly.
taking the full squad with you. It's not that they're coming by part, the T20 squad, the one day squad. You're taking
Yeah.
everyone in one flight. So I don't think they're going to exclude anyone, but they should, if they can include anyone, it should be Surya Kumar. But I don't think they
Without a
will.
doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also they haven't named Rishabh Pant in the white ball squad, especially in T20. If not ODI squad, leave it. It's ready. But you are not naming Rishabh Pant in your T20 squad. Rishabh Pant, and you are naming him in your test squad, giving a reason that he's unfit. Now, if a guy is unfit, how can he play 5-day cricket and how he cannot play 1-day cricket?
Exactly.
What
It's
was that reason? Didn't I just don't get this selection. What they have done? I
And
just don't get it.
and and when you look at Rishabh Pant play, anyone will say he's a T20 batsman. Yes, his records in Test matches are good, but the way he plays, isn't he a proper T20 batsman? But you remove him from the team, saying he's unfit. But a year back, the selector says that Rishabh Pant is our go-to wicketkeeper after Dhoni now. We
yeah.
are going to concentrate on him, and he's our future star. But suddenly, in 1 year's time, Rishabh Pant is nowhere. Now he's only in the Test team, and I don't know if he can sustain that pressure anymore.
Maybe just to keep that word that he told, like the statement he said, just to keep that word, they are trying to, hold him together in the team or something.
And also, if Rohit Sharma is back in the squad, you have 4 openers in your team. Who will you go for opening slot? You have Shikhar Dhawan, you have Mayank Agarwal, you have KL Rahul, who can also, obviously he's flexible, but he moreover opens for India.
Yeah, he's
Now,
convenient opening.
yeah, he's convenient for opening slot. So, and you have Sanju Samson who can open as well. You have, if Rohit Sharma enters, you
We
will have 5 openers in your team. What will you
we
do?
have also seen Kohli dropping down his batting order to promote other players
Yeah,
like KL Rahul. Maybe we can see that in Australia, but I think it's a risky decision to do that.
but if you go with
Yeah,
the,
think
yeah, but
I
if you
think it's a
go with
risky
the current
decision
squad,
because
you have a Shikhar Dhawan and Mayank Agarwal. So that is clear that they both of them will be opening. So and if Rohit Sharma comes, you will have to drop one of them. So that is
Yeah.
another confusion created by the selectors. Yeah,
if you're talking about the T20 squad and if Kohli drops it down at 4, I think that will be very risky. Because if you look at this IPL, Kohli has been striking around only 110 in the middle overs.
Yeah.
Apart from that one innings against Chennai, where he scored
Yeah.
a 90, he has been scoring with a very less, his strike rate has not been very
Right.
good. He should bat at number 3. In the T20s, personally, if Rohit comes, then Rohit and KL should be opening. But if Rohit is not available, then KL and Mayank should open. And Virat Kohli should be at number 3.
Still, the concern of middle order batsmen is still there. It's I think India might find a solution in this tour.
well, if you take my opinion, then I think it it will be the same. They will struggle to find the middle order batsman because KL Rahul continues to switch between 4, 5, or 6 as per the situation.
Yeah.
Shreya Iyer also comes at 4. You have Virat Kohli at 3. Then also Hardik Pandya. He will be going as a specialist batsman. So that is also a big loss because you are losing your 5th bowling option in the team. You have
Yeah.
Ravindra Jadeja as a spinner. You have Chahal as a spinner. But whom will you play? Because Australian grounds doesn't show show any support for spinners. They are mainly for pace bowlers. And with Hardik Pandya as a specialist batsman, you will need that extra slot for a bowler. So that is a good selection headache for Virat.
Uh, there was a surprise selection of Varun Chakravarti in the team. Will he be that X factor to look out for, or will he be something that might be a regret to be selected in the team? What do you think?
I think Varun Chakravarti, he's a good bowler. It's a nice selection, but obviously only one IPL season. He's performed good and he's come into the team. It's
Yeah.
good if he performs it's good because, he is a high caliber bowler. We have seen that in the last few matches of KKR. He has been their only hope in terms of bowling along with Steve Ferguson and Cummins. But he is only taking most of the wickets right now for them or containing the run scoring from the opposition. He can be very useful. He can be a very second fiddle to Chahal in Australia. But I don't think they'll play another spinner in Australia. If the ground is assisting spinners, then they might go for Chakravarti and Chahal. But your top bowler, if you're starting your T20 squad, you should start with Yuzvendra Chahal. But yeah, Varun Chakravarti can be good in Australian cricket.
Yes, Bhavik.
Varun Chakravarti has knocked MS Dhoni twice in this IPL. Okay, if you that is just a stat, but I don't know on what basis he has been selected because he doesn't have any domestic record. Now Surya Kumar Yadav, he has marvelous domestic record. He's not in the team. Varun Chakravarti doesn't have any domestic record. He's in the 11. He's in the 15th spot. So I just don't get on what basis the selectors are selecting the team. So this is surprising.
So I guess we have to wait for the tournament and see like how the combinations will work, what are the selectors, decision will turn out and all. So do you have to conclude this session? Do you have any points to conclude it?
Hope Rohit Sharma goes on that tour to Australia. That's it. Else, it will be difficult
Yeah,
for us.
Yes, same.
exactly.
Rohit Sharma should be part of the squad. Otherwise, it will be a very tough tour down under.
Hopefully, he will be back in the Indian team in the blue jersey that we are looking forward to. So yeah, yes, guys, it was a wonderful session, and I am very much excited to watch the Indian tour of Australia. Uh, Next time, we will be talking about the test squad in detail with stats and analysis. Until then, thank you guys for joining. Uh, I am Praveen signing out. Thank you.